They say that moving house is one of the most stressful things you can undertake in your life.
Mm-hmm.
It was easy. When someone else is doing it, it's magic. We decided to move to be near our family, basically. Our 2 daughters, our granddaughter, definitely family. When we met the staff that actually did the packing, it was easy peasy, friendly, efficient, and very careful.
Mm-hmm.
Letting someone else do it is just heaven.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Leona from Claymore Thistle. So yeah, as the video says, the best way to move house is definitely to get someone else to do it for you. It's definitely the easiest way to deal with it. Just to give you a little bit of an introduction to who we are and where we came from. So the company started about almost 10 years ago now, and it started as a corporate relocation company. So we started moving people into Australia or around Australia for companies who were moving people for work. And we did corporate moves and private moves for the first 5 years-ish. And then during COVID, obviously the world changed and things happened, borders closed, and we started getting calls from people who needed help moving locally because they couldn't call on their friends or family members to cross state lines to come and help them. So around about 2020 was when we got into moving people in the retirement space. And it turned out that the team was really well placed for moving people in that situation because it is quite a highly emotive, highly emotional time for people, and having to pack up all their memories and move to somewhere new. We found our team was very well placed to deal with that because we were so used to the high stress moves of people coming from overseas and having to start over again. So we were very across all the whole decluttering, packing, moving and unpacking people. So we've been doing this for about 5 years now. Our mission is to make moving easier, basically. We want it to not be one of the top things that people, the top stressful things that people do in their lifetime. How a move works and how I feel it should be easier is to start as early as possible. So if you are thinking we are going to move to a village or we're going to downsize, I would start looking at your belongings as early as possible. That's what we do. We'll come out to your house and we'll just have a chat with you and maybe go through each room by room and just have a look over of what you've got and what size place are you moving to. And whether you're using someone or not, I would just do that. Just have a little walk around your house and just start having a think about how often have I used that and when was the last time I wore that. And just, you don't have to start getting rid of anything, you just have to start thinking about it. But I would be starting weeks out from your moving date. We would start decluttering and we would generally do it again very early and just take your time. Just do maybe even a cupboard to start with. Don't even think I'm going to do a room or I'm going to do the top floor. Just do a cupboard. Open that one cupboard, have a look. What have you got in there? When was the last time you used it? Is it a special occasion thing and you're maybe going to bring it out at Christmas? So you might want to take it with you, or is it something that's a special occasion thing that you've not actually touched for 6 or 7 years? And then maybe we think about rehoming it. At that point, we sometimes use stickers. So we do a little traffic light system. So if we've got green stickers, it's definitely going to the new place. Yellow stickers, we're not so sure yet. We'll think about it. Red stickers, definitely not coming. So we're definitely going to get rid of that. And whether that is there and then or in the future, it doesn't really matter. No stress, it's all just about going slowly and steadily. So you might do a cupboard one day and then leave it for a couple of days and then you might be feeling super energized and you'll go and blitz the whole kitchen or linen cupboard in one hit. But it's really about trying not to get stressed out because it is quite emotional. You're going to be opening cupboards and coming across things that you maybe haven't seen for a while. You might be thinking, oh, I'll keep that for the son or the daughter. I would definitely get them involved in the process as early as possible as well. We do find a lot of the stuff that people think their family might take, they don't really want. It doesn't suit their style, or they've just got nowhere to put it. Or they just want you to hang on to it so they don't have to deal with throwing it out later. So I know personally I left a lot of stuff in my parents' attic because I just didn't want to face getting rid of it, but I didn't really want it either. So they held on to that for a good few years for me until we then eventually just put it in the bin. So I would definitely get them involved as early as you can and get them round. What do they want? Do they want to take anything away? They can also help with charity runs and rubbish runs and things like that. So if you're using us, we would come out maybe over 4 weeks. We'll come maybe once a week just to spread it out, just so that it's not too much and not too overwhelming for everybody. And at that point, we can take stuff away. So if you're doing stuff by yourself, I would do the same. Just do a room, fill one box, and then take it to the charity shop or put it in the bin, whatever you're doing with that thing. If you know where you're going, if you know what village you're moving into, get the floor plan, get some measurements, and then start looking at your furniture. Is that actually going to fit in the new place? Is the style going to go in the new place? It might be that you're coming out of an older build and you're moving into somewhere shiny and modern, so it might not suit the style anymore. So some people do just rehome the furniture and start afresh, depending on where they're going to and obviously what their budgets are. But there's lots of local charities that will come and pick up your things. And it just depends what they need at the time. So again, the more notice you can give, the better. If we were doing it, we would come on the moving day and just take it all away on that day. And that way you're not having to think about, oh, I need that up until the last week, or I need that up until moving day. You just tell us what's not going and we'll get rid of it for you. I would say that's the key things. The main thing for me is just taking it slowly, because it can be such an overwhelming process. Other things you've got to think about are your mail redirection, cancelling your utilities, and just sort of expecting some emotions to go with the move. It could be that you're in a couple and one of you wants to move and the other one's not that keen, or it could be that you've been in a home for a very long time and it's got a lot of family memories. So just going through that can sometimes come in waves as well. So as long as you're sort of preparing for that, it does help when it actually happens, when you do have a bit of emotion to go through. We could do a whole topic on that another day if anybody's interested. But yeah, and then just sort of, I don't know if you're all familiar with the Marie Kondo approach, but saying goodbye to things and having almost like a ceremonial approach to some things can often help as well, because you're having to pack up your memories as well. But you can take a lot of stuff with you. So you've just got to sort of measure that space and work out what's going to fit and what's going to suit. Again, if you're using someone like us, you don't even have to really be there. If you think this is too much and I don't want to be here, just give us the keys and we'll pack everything up. You can go and stay somewhere for a couple of days and we'll call you when it's all done and you can come back to the new place. We just need a little floor plan of where you want things, so we can put all the big furniture items in the right places for you. We find with that, we will generally visit you 1 or 2 weeks after you've moved in, probably about 2 weeks, and you just gives yourself some time to settle in. And do you really want that chair there? Is it getting the best light? And then we'll come and move stuff around for you later on once you've settled in a bit and got to know the place. At that point, we can also take away some more stuff. One of the key things I hear over and over again is, I brought too much stuff. So most people will discover that once they've moved in. So we always like to do a bit of a follow-up visit and just further declutter with you. Again, if you're doing it by yourself, just expect that. Just be mentally prepared for that. Don't beat yourself up about it. It's totally normal. And just, maybe have like the spare room where you've just got things boxed up and you can sort of unpack it as you go and go, actually, no, I don't know why I brought that. We'll just put that in the charity pile. And just, again, once you're in, just sort of work through it bit by bit. So take your time. There's no rush. And yeah, I think it's very normal to overpack when you first move into a new place, especially if you're coming from a bigger house and you've had to downsize. Anybody have any questions from that?
From a question comment, getting family involved earlier, seeing experienced in our own family, perhaps what's assumed the kids would want isn't what they're interested in or want.
Yes.
And to start that process early, it's good to know what they are going to be interested in taking and to get that moved quicker. I'd like to comment.
Yes, yeah, I think it is very common because we think that they're going to like a piece, but it doesn't fit with their furniture. So they like it, but they don't really want it. We did have a lovely lady who wanted a chest of drawers from her mother's house, but she lived in the UK, and we said we'd happily ship it, but it was $600 to ship the chest of drawers, which was way more than the drawers were worth. And she decided she was not that sentimental about them after all, so then we had to rehome them within Australia. So yeah, just having those chats. You know, if they're not local, video call them. If you're not sure how to do that, we can video call them for you. Like, just go through the house with them on a FaceTime and go, do you want any of this stuff? Or like me, I was just hoarding stuff at my mum's and did not want any of it. So you might be able to get rid of some stuff that they've just not had they've not needed to get rid of, and you've been housing it all for them. So sometimes it's not even your own stuff, isn't it? So any other questions?
Just a comment. I find it's very difficult. I've had to sort of clear things out because I told my son all this one day will be yours, you know. But he's a hoarder. So I have to really, really get rid of things because he will keep everything. He's a very emotional person, so he will keep everything. So I've got to do it.
You're decluttering for him.
Hmm?
You're decluttering for him.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he will keep everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because he'll pick up things. He's got the first colour television we ever bought. Right? And when he came to stay at my house, he said, do you know about this television? I said, yes, I know about this television. Why have you kept it? He said, because it's the first colour television we had, and we had a family conference about buying Christmas presents or buying a colour television. And we all agreed, colour television. He said, so I've kept it. So you can see what I'm going through. So, yeah. And taking photographs of things is a way of keeping the memory. So like the chest of drawers that person wanted in England, I mean, a photograph, and she'd still got that memories that it would evoke by the photograph.
Yes.
You know, so.
And there is services as well where you can get old photographs digitized. So if you've got loads of photo albums, that could be put onto something smaller if you needed to. And there's also companies that will come out and do shredding. So if you've got a lot of paperwork and you think, I'm not taking it with me, but they'll come out with an industrial size shredder and you can just rent it for a week or whatever. So you're not having to move with all your paperwork. Like we've moved people who've got credit card statements from 20 years ago. But they don't want to get rid of it because they're worried about identity theft and things. So, okay, thanks very much.
Excellent. Thank you, Leona.